Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel Stepping. And today's topic we are going to see one of the important topics, that is tenses. So in this video we are going to see about what is called a tense, the definition, and the main three tenses and four different aspects in tense, and we will see about all the tenses structures and more examples for better understanding. And dear viewers, if you are watching my video for the first time, please do subscribe my channel Step In for more videos on grammar. Now shall we start the topic tense? Yes. So the first we will begin with the definition. And it's my sincere advice to go every time with the simplest one and for the perfect one for understanding the concept better. So now this definition is going to be very simple to remember. It is just a matter of single sentence. So now the definition: tense. Tense denotes the time of action. So now we can see here two words are highlighted. So that if you remember, that is more than enough. It is all related with the time of action. So that is called tense. So there are mainly three tenses. Three main tenses. So they are: the first one, present tense, and the second one, past tense, and the third one, future tense. So by the word itself we can understand in each and every tense we have the word, the first one, present. So we know it's all going to be ongoing. It is all about the present things. So whether the matter is spoken or the happening things, whether the matter is being spoken or the matter is being done. So altogether we can consider it as present. It's an ongoing process. So then when we take the next one, the past, it is nowhere connected with the present. It is already happened or already have spoken. So all it is related with the past. Then the next one is future tense. It's all going to be in the future, yet to be happened. So yet to be done, yet to be spoken. So everything is not lively going, it is going to happen in the future. So it is going to be very simple, the tense, and if you want to learn everything with the basic, so it is going to be very easy for you to understand. So now we know the definition and we came to know that there are mainly three tenses, and even more we can go. So we have four different aspects in tenses. In English tenses we have four different aspects also for all these three kinds. For example, if you take the present tense, we have four different aspects. So with a single tense we cannot speak. So in present tense itself we have different aspects. For example, now I am just writing down the four different aspects. The first one is simple, and the second aspect, continuous, and the third aspect, perfect, and the last, the fourth aspect is perfect continuous. So we have like these four different aspects for each tense. If you take for an example the first one, present tense. So we have present simple, that is one aspect, and we have present continuous, and we have the same similar present perfect and present perfect continuous tense. So now we can easily understand. So each tense again has four different aspects. So same thing with the tense past also. So past simple, past continuous, past perfect continuous tense. And the same with even the future tense also. So future simple, future continuous, future perfect, and future perfect continuous tense. So now we know literally there are three main tenses and with four aspects. So all together we have in English 12 tenses. Is that clear? Yes. The next step what we are going to see is the structures of these all 12 tenses. So we have different structures. So before that, the basic things we have to learn, that's all about the verb usages. The usages of verb. Because we sometimes use verb 1, verb 2, verb 3, like that we have different forms in verbs also. Got it? So that once if you understand what is actually verb 1, what is verb 2, what is verb 3, that it is going to be very helpful for you to understand better the concept of having with the structures and examples in tenses. Is that clear? Yes. So now we will see the structures of tenses. So before that, we will have a short view about the verb and verb forms. Got it? So now we will see verb forms. It is very essential to know the different forms of the verbs. So now we can see verb and verb forms. So we know what is actually a verb. In our previous videos we have seen the definitions and examples in parts of speech. Under that we have seen what is the verb. So now here we can see verb forms. Since it is very important for our topic tenses, we are going at least the basic 3 forms of the verbs we must know. So that in short form we can have it be. So we refers here verb 1. So we refers here verb. So verb 1 refers here verb, that is first form. First form. And verb V2 refers, that is second form. And V3 that refers here the third form. So mainly these 3 forms we must know, but here for verb 1, verb 2, verb 3 we have separate names also. For an example, verb 1 that is always refers present form, that is the first form. You don't confuse with the words present tense, it is present form. So always the verb will be there in the present form only, that we will see with examples. And verb 2 that is in past form, not again confused with past tense, it is past form. And the third one, verb 3, that is past participle. So we have a word participle here. So I will tell you very clearly what is verb 1, what is verb 2 and what is verb 3. So now we can see here the examples. Now if you take any example, any verb, so we have 3 different forms. Got it? For example, if you take the word give. So give, it is a root verb, root word. So it is verb 1. It is in the present form. So what is the past form of the word give? Yes, we have gave. So that is called verb 2. Gave is verb 2 of give, the word give. And again we have V3, that is past participle give, gave, it is in verb 2 and given. So that is in the third form of the verb, that is past participle. Again I repeat, don't confuse with the tense here. We are just seeing about the verb forms mainly which are required for our tenses. Got it? So verb 1 refers first form, that is present form. Verb 2 refers the second form of the verb, that is past form. And the verb 3, that is the third form of the verb, that is called past participle. So there is an example given here, give, gave, given. And same, we can have so many words also now. Take, took, taken. Break, broke, broken. Got it? So like the different words are there with the different forms. Of course, we do have so many words which may not have 3 different forms. But we have different forms. We can call it verb 1, verb 2, verb 3. But if you take the words, the past and the past participle words will be same. For an example, if you take the word work, so it is in present form, and past form if you go, so we will add just ed to make it into the second form worked, and third form also will be worked only. So there are so many words like this: like, liked, liked, love, loved, loved, lift, lifted, lifted. So like that, so many words we have a single word for present form that is same, and even the past and participle also will have the same word, but we should understand where to use, how to use it clearly. So these kind of words now give, gave, given, totally different things. Grow, grew, grown, throw, through, thrown. So like that, there are some words in English also which has three different forms, three different words for three different verbs, forms of the verbs. Got it? And at the same time, there are some words which has same single word for all three forms also. There is no past form of the word and past participle of the verb in different spelling and different pronunciation also. For example, if you take the word cut, there is no word cutter. Sometimes we confused with the words cut, cutter like that. No. So cut, again the second form also cut, and third form also cut. And same we have even put, put, hurt, hurt, hurt. Like that, so many different words are there. But most of the words will have changes in present, at least in the past and participle. So we will have such kind of words in detail when we are going in detail about the verb forms, the irregular verbs, regular verbs, like this. When we go in deeper about the verbs mainly, then we will concentrate on that. So now we can remember and we can have this concept very clearly before entering into the topic tenses. Is that clear? Yes. So now we are going to learn about the structures of all the tenses. So before that, let me list out all the tenses what we have learned before. So there are mainly three tenses. The first one we will begin with the present. The present tense, we have again four aspects, right? Again it is for a small recap. So present tense we have four aspects, that is simple, then the second aspect continuous, and the third aspect perfect, and the fourth aspect perfect continuous tense. So like that, all we have even for past tenses also, and even the same with future tense also. So whenever we learn anything, so let it be in a systematic way. So we can go from the word, the first tense present. So the present we will have seen all these things, and past again we have to see all the things, and even future also we have to see all the aspects. Got it? So now we will see the structures of this. So now we can divide the part like this. So now here we can write all the tenses. So now here we can write tenses, and here we can write structures of the tenses. So now we can see like aspects. So we can go even present simple, present continuous, present perfect, present continuous tense also we can go, or we can go with the aspects like present simple, past simple, future simple. So either way we can go. So which is very easy for us to remember, in such a way we can practice. So now for as far as concerned, so this what I am going to write now is going to be the simplest one, because the structures, so we can easily remember and comparatively we can understand in a better way. The first we can see from present simple. So now instead of going for present continuous, present perfect continuous, so we will go with the other tenses with the same aspect. So which is going to be very easy for you to remember the structures easily. So the next one, of course, we have past, then past simple. Then we have future tense. So in the future simple. So now the first three is over. So let me list out all the tenses now so that it is going to be very easy for you. So the fourth one, we can have again the next aspect beginning with present continuous. The aspect is continuous tense. And fifth one, yes. So we can go with past continuous. And the sixth tense will be future continuous. So we can close even this also. So now 6 tenses over. The seventh one will be the next aspects. Already we have seen simple. Next to simple we have continuous, and next to continuous we have, of course, yes, perfect. So again, beginning with present perfect, and the eighth will be past perfect, and the ninth tense will be future perfect. So first thing what we have to remember is to list out the things properly in any systematic way. So either we can go with like what we are writing right now with aspects, or we can go with the tense also. There is no problem. So now we can have the 11th one, the present perfect. The last aspect is perfect continuous tense. So present perfect continuous, then past perfect continuous, and the last tense will be future perfect, yes, continuous tense. So like this we have all 12 tenses listed. So now we can see the structures. So now we can see the structures for all these tenses. The first one, for present simple, we will begin with yes plus verb 1, and I am writing now inside the bracket yes, es, ies. So now you can see here the first structure I have written. It is so simple. The first I began with the letter yes. So here yes refers every time whenever we use in the structures for the small labeling, that refers subject. So now we have learned in the previous video subject and predicate also. So most of the sentences will have subject. Of course there are some sentences without subject also there, but here we can, for the better understanding, we are using these kind of structures. So subject plus verb 1, if it is there, then it is called a simple present tense or present simple. So verb 1 we know already, that is the first form of the verb. Got it? So now inside the bracket what I have written is, sometimes the verb 1 will have some attachment with either of these three. Even sometimes yes or es or ies. That depends on the persons used as a subject over there. For example, I write examples. So that is an example for a good sentence. We write examples. They write examples. But when we use the words like this, he, she or it, we cannot write he write examples. No, he writes and she writes, it writes. So like that, all other words when we take in present, simple present tense, we have to have such kind of attachment for these three, that we will see in detail about the next upcoming videos. So how actually we have to use in the present tenses properly and the usage of the tenses. So when we go in the detail, so that will be seen. So now this first structure is very clear, I hope so. And the second structure is again yes refers here the subject plus verb 2. So verb 2 we know that is past form of the verb. So since we can see very clearly the aspect itself showing simple. So simple, all simple three tenses also will be very easy for you to understand. So here the past simple, that it is very clear, that is only having verb 2, no changes anywhere for any person. There is no change for the words also. So subject plus verb 2. For example, so I gave an example before. I write examples. So now I subject write, that is the verb 1. But if you take now for the structures, I wrote, that's it. So verb 2 will be used. Then again in the future simple we have subject plus will or shall plus verb 1. So here verb 1 will remain the same. In the future tense, to indicate it is in future, we must have the words will or shall for all the future tense. So for all the future tense, immediately we can easily find out that by seeing the word will or shall is present, then that is future tense. Is that clear? Fine. So now we can see the present continuous tense. So continuous tense, if you heard that word continuous, you must remember the word plus ing, the verb form plus ing always. If it is come, coming, go, going, write, writing, rub, rubbing. So all ing form must be there, then only it can be considered continuous tense. So we have 3 continuous tenses here, the second aspect. And again 3 more at the last aspect, perfect continuous tense. So when we have these 6 tenses, compulsorily we must remember ing form is present in the tense. Clear? So now we can see the structure of present continuous tense. Subject plus am or is or are plus verb 1 plus ing. That is indicating the continuous tense. And here we must use the auxiliary words also. Auxiliary verbs, B form verbs are there. So all continuous tense will be using B form verbs. So in that for present tense we are using am, is or are. So in the later when we go for the examples, then you will have a clear idea about that. So right now we can just remember and understand the structures used in all different tenses. Same with past continuous tense, again we have subject plus the B form verbs we have 2, was and were. So either of the one will be used according to the words, the persons used, singular, plural, based on that we will be using was and were. And the future continuous tense again we have subject plus, as I said in the previously, in future simple also I have said, wherever we have the word future, in future tense we must have will or shall. So subject plus will or shall plus auxiliary verb we have to use be, the word be to indicate it is in continuous tense plus verb 1 ing. So now this is the structure for future continuous tense. The next one is present perfect. So in the perfect tense we have to have the word have form verbs. So now I will write the structure so that it will be easy for you. Subject plus, it is right now we are in present perfect tense. So all the perfect tense should have the word have or has to indicate it is in perfect tense. So subject plus have or has depends on the verbs used, depends on the persons used in the sentence, the subject. So that we will see once again later in detail. So have or has plus verb 3. So first time we are now using verb 3 form in perfect tense. So nowhere we used before only verb 1, verb 2 and verb 1 ing. So now perfect tense whenever you use, compulsorily we must remember to use verb 3 only. The next thing is past perfect. It is also going to be very simple. Subject plus had to indicate it's in past perfect, then verb 3. So it is very simple structure. Then the future perfect tense we have subject and again we find the word future. So what we should remember? Yes, that is will or shall must be there. And the next word it is in perfect. So perfect or to indicate we have the word have form verb. So have plus verb 3. So this is very simple enough. Once if you identify the aspects, what are things should be there, then it is easy to construct the sentences also. Then, so the last aspect we have perfect continuous tense. So in that present tense, when we use subject, yes it is right, and perfect to indicate perfect what we have to have or has, the same it is used here. Got it? So that we are bringing down have or has plus to indicate it is in continuous tense being. So now the second aspect, continuous tense, we have auxiliary verbs, be form verbs. But here we must use been, the word been. So so we have subject, have or has plus been plus verb on ing to indicate it is in continuous tense. As I said before, it should be having ing form to indicate it is in continuous tense. Then the next past perfect continuous tense, subject plus had to indicate past perfect plus again been to indicate it is in continuous tense, verb on plus ing. The last one also we can easily remember, it is in future. So subject plus for future we will have will or shall to indicate it is in future, then to indicate it is in perfect have, again to indicate it is in continuous tense be, plus we have verb on plus ing. That's it. So now these are the structures used for all 12 tenses. So I hope you understood the structures. And once we work out with the examples, a lot of examples that will make you understand clear about the concept. And moreover, after learning once about these structures, it is going to be very simple to identify and construct sentences based on the demanded tenses. So that we will see in the upcoming videos in detail. So thank you very much.